save time, I'll beg to stand on the existing protocols that have been carefully established by previous speakers. I know that today is not for long speeches, because when I look at your faces, everybody is salivating to watch the demonstration of the app. So I don't intend to bore you with any long speech. I'll begin by congratulating the National Youth Week for the level of activism that we are experiencing these days. For the past 10 days, this is about the 4th program that I've been invited to. Last week, we were in Brongahafo. We did a wonderful program. Then after that, we were ambushed to yet another program at Sunyale Nursing Training. 2 days ago, we were at Cape Coast University, and today we are here. I'm only praying that we'll give us some briefing space for the next give us some briefing space for the next 1 week. But it's all for the good of the party, because we all know that if we look at our population dynamics, majority of Ghanaians are youthful, and therefore majority of the electorates are also youthful. So no party can survive and continue to win elections without focusing on the youth wing and the women's wing. The position I occupy as Vice President of Socialist International has allowed me to know how other political parties focus on their youth and their women's wing. And they do so with this type of organization that we are seeing that is being demonstrated on our youth front now. I was invited to Angola some time back. Somebody who has lied his way into power and didn't know what to do, how to run a country. So he approached a philosopher that, how can I run this country now I am in power? And people are expecting so much from me. So, okay, take these 3 envelopes. After your first 100 days, people will start demanding the fulfillment of the various promises. So, when the heat starts, go and open envelope number 1. There is advice in it, use it, and it will take you for about 1 year. After that, when there is trouble, go and open envelope number 2. It will carry you ahead. Then, when there is still trouble after you have implemented the recommendations contained in envelope number 2, then you go and open envelope number 3. And you have the final solution for your problems. So my man went. After the first 100 days, people started asking, but what are your achievements for the first 100 days? And the heat was mounting. So he went and opened his book, took envelope number 1. Open it, and advice written inside is blame your predecessor. So he came and said, oh, you know, the economy has been destroyed. Everything has been messed up by my predecessor. Even when you go and sell things and they are not bought, oh, it is my predecessor who spoiled the market. Everything, practically everything that wasn't working was blamed on the predecessor. And the media got carried along. Everything blamed predecessor. So we are at the stage of blaming predecessor when we did the Asama event. And that was where I indicated that very soon the blaming of predecessors will be a thing of the past. So our president blamed predecessors up to a point. Then people started asking questions. But precisely because our predecessors couldn't solve the problem, that is why we voted for you. So solve the problems and don't blame your predecessor. Predecessor is gone. And having spent 2 years, you cannot continue blaming predecessor. Tell us how you solve those problems. Then the heat started again. So he called the philosopher that the heat is bad. And then said, oh, don't worry, go and open envelope number 2. So he went and opened envelope number 2. And the recommendation was that blame the international community, blame the unfair international economic order. So he now came, oh, you know, the problem we are going through because of influenza, because of, I didn't say COVID. You know, because of Ukraine, because of this, because of that. So then the press joined in. Then after 1 year, the people started back. But this international environment, are all these countries not within the same international environment? If we say that our currency is the least performing, what other currencies are competing with our currency? And those currencies, are they not for countries that are operating in the same environment? So it cannot be any international problem because Togo is operating within the same international community. Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, South Africa, Angola, Egypt, everybody is within the same international environment. So if your CV is falling, why would you blame it on international environment? If it is about Ukraine, oh well, if it is about US, and the effect of the war is directly due to the impact